Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Julie and today you are joining me on a brand new episode of House Hunting 101. If you're unfamiliar with this series, it's essentially a new series where I take you across the states from city to city and we compare home values, we look at common design mistakes I see, and I also share the true cost of renovation with you so you know exactly where your money will go. If you're looking for a new home for yourself or your family, or you're on the lookout for my key design tips, or you simply want some makeover tips, this video is for you. In the very first episode, we were house hunting right in my hometown of Orange County. Then we started moving south and made our way to Houston, Texas. Today's episode is all about Nashville, Tennessee. I received a lot of requests in the comment section to highlight Nashville next, and I know that Nashville is hot, hot, hot. I visited Nashville twice before for filming, and I really just fell in love with the city. From art to music, all the little different areas that Nashville has to offer, and of course, the food. I mean, what's not to love? I did a little bit of research for today's video, and I know that these are the hottest neighborhoods that are popping up all over Nashville. Today, we'll be highlighting homes in Midtown, East Nashville, and Hillsboro Village. Let's start with this super cute bungalow in Hillsboro that's going for $650,000. This home is just a little bit over 1,500 square feet with 3 bedrooms and 1.5 baths. This price and square footage is pretty comparable to what you'd get here in Orange County, but of course, if it's a hot area in Nashville or if it's an up-and-coming community, you'll be paying a little bit more for a prime location. This seems like a smaller property compared to its neighbor, but I love this stone facade. Judging from the exterior alone, this house doesn't look like it needs a whole lot of work. The roof looks fairly new, the stone is in great shape, maybe just a paint refresh, and of course some new landscaping to bring that much desired curb appeal. Upon walking into the space, you'll see that this is a complete fixer-upper, which I love. For me as a designer, I'm actually looking for a fixer-upper. The reality of having to pay a premium price for a turnkey property with finishes that probably don't align with my own vision is really rare. What I'm looking for is a lot of natural light, a really huge living space, and this definitely fits the bill. Of course, all of these finishes can be changed. I could replace the flooring for the entire home, and at 1,500 square feet, that's not a whole lot to invest in. Moving on to the kitchen. The kitchen is bright, it's airy, it's spacious. Sure, it has really old cabinets. You probably want to carve out a more functional space for the dining table, but I love that the kitchen looks expansive enough for you to relay it out completely. The cost of renovating a kitchen is probably going to be the biggest investment that you make in a fixer-upper home. Prefabricated base cabinets usually cost between $500 to $1,000 depending on all the customizations you make, coupled with the upper cabinets, which are about half that price. Let's say you're probably spending between $300 to $500 for upper cabinets, plus the $500 to $1,000 for the lower cabinets. You're looking to invest about $800 to $1,500 per every 18 inches or 24 inches. So just think a base cabinet that's about 24 inches plus an upper cabinet right above it could be about $1,000. So if you multiply that by the amount of linear feet you have, that's how much you're paying for cabinets. Countertops are really up to you. You can go for a man-made material like porcelain or quartz, which is a little bit on the more budget, affordable side, or you can spend a little bit more money and go for a natural stone like granite or quartzite or even marble. Definitely check out my video on Kitchen Countertops 101 for the breakdown. There's also a small little family room that's right off the kitchen, and I love this space because it could be used in a multitude of ways. You could use this as a media room or a TV room for the kids. You can also divide this space up and create more of a formal dining area and a play area for the kids. So I love that even though the home is a little bit more on the modest side, there's so many little different compartments for you to visualize how you would live in the space. The primary bedroom looks good. You probably want to replace the carpet, definitely remove that popcorn ceiling, and remember to professionally remove popcorn ceiling, it usually starts at about $1 a square foot. So really, you're only looking to spend about $300 to completely refresh this space. Light fixture has to be swapped out. The ceiling fan is just a very old traditional look. Moving on to the bathroom, you can see that this wall-to-wall laminate is just not the business. I mean, it's very old, it's very dated, it's very 70s. And even though the 70s are making a comeback, this is not the look that I'm sure you're going for. It'll be really easy for you to remove all the paneling, even drywall it, and just give it a very simple new vanity, new countertop, new tub enclosure, and probably new flooring. There are 2 additional bedrooms that simply just need new floors. These hardwood floors have probably seen better days. You have 1,500 square feet of flooring to replace, so I really would just run the same flooring throughout the entire home so there's no transitions. There is a bonus sunroom, and although it looks a little bit old and dated, it probably needs new windows, definitely a new paint job. I love that there's so much natural light that's coming right off of the backyard. Usually when you see bonus rooms like this, they're not included in the actual square feet of the home, so to me, it is a total plus. There are so many ways that you could use this space, from creating a larger family room, another play area for the kids. You can host and entertain guests here. You can even turn this into a small mother-in-law's quarter if you get the permits to build like a small little bathroom or a little kitchenette. So what did you think of this first home in Hillsboro Village? $650,000. Does this sound like an investment that you would make? This next home is in East Nashville. It's a little bit away from the city center, but at just under $400,000 and 1,600 square feet, to me, this is a better value than the previous home, just for the sheer lot size alone. It's a brick ranch home on a large level lot, and the great thing about it is that it has multiple car lots. There's an additional storage space that's perfect for parking or entertaining. There's new paint throughout, new wood floors. So you can see that they put a little bit more work into the smaller home. So I'm pretty sure it's more appealing if you're further away from the city. The front facade looks good. You've got a brick on brick facade, and it looks like they've either two-toned the brick or they might have painted this central area. If you want to make some of these key elements of your exterior facade pop out a little bit more, you can always add some composite wood decking. It's a material made for all weather, and it'll just add a little bit more dimension to your exterior facade. Walking into the space, it looks bright, light, airy, and you can definitely tell that there are some renovations that were already done. You'll see that there are these 2 pony walls, which are essentially half walls. It divides the formal living room from the more casual family room. If you wanted this space to feel a little bit more open concept, you could easily demo the pony walls. These pony walls don't appear to be structural because you can clearly see a beam running across where the wall meets the ceiling. So I'm going to assume that's a structural beam. However, you do have to be careful with your flooring transitions. If you remove a pony wall such as this, you want to make sure that the flooring runs underneath the pony wall, or else you have to look for flooring to make up the area that you just removed. Size is great. Everything looks nice, white, clean. They definitely did a fresh paint job before listing the property so that you can imagine yourself living in the space. That's the appeal of bright, light, and airy spaces. It really just helps you visualize yourself living in it and starting from a blank slate. I really love this family room. The fact that there's already a focal point fireplace in the space makes it feel just so cozy. This sliding closet door looks like it could possibly be hiding maybe storage behind it. I would probably remove the sliders altogether and create a built-in entertainment area. This is the perfect wall for you to place a TV because the main seating group is already facing it. You'll also have visibility to the fireplace, the view outside. This is a very small minor change that would add more functionality to this family room. The lighting is great in here. The fact that there's already a central pendant light means you could easily swap this out if it doesn't fit your style. I love the paneling on the walls. It really just adds that extra layer of depth and dimension. And with a really simple paint job, I mean, you can give this entire room a facelift. The kitchen and dining space looks like it used to be 2 separate spaces, and they probably just knocked down a couple of walls. Again, you want to look for light sources. There's already a central pendant light that's fixed right above this dining table, so that's less money for you to add a little bit more electrical work. I love the size of the kitchen. The cabinets look great. It looks like it's freshly painted with brand new hardware. There's not a whole lot you need to do to upgrade the space. Maybe you want to inject a little bit more personality to it by lining the backsplash with a different tile or a different material, but that's also a very small investment for you to make. While there is a whole lot of white going on, you could possibly repaint the cabinets again in a fun color. I'm really loving green this year. I love how that hue just instantly transports you to the great outdoors. It feels like you're bringing a little slice of nature inside your home. Moving on to the bedrooms. The bedrooms are a really great size. The only issues that I can't foresee spending a little bit money on is updating the bathrooms. We've got Barbie pink tile lining one small bathroom and this sky blue ceramic tile lining what looks to be another primary bathroom. So this is definitely where your money is going to go. Can you find a coordinating paint color to simply slap on the walls and make this tile come to life? Absolutely. But you really have to love this tile, and it's a very specific look. To demo tile in a bathroom is not that expensive. It's usually about $1 to $2 a square foot, depending on the size of the tile. And since this tile is a smaller format, you're probably only looking to spend at the most $2 a square foot to demo it. So which would you pick? This 1,600 square foot ranch style home for $400,000 or a 1,500 square foot bungalow that's closer to the city for another $250,000. I mean, that's a huge difference. So of course, it really depends on your lifestyle, the needs of your family, if you want to be closer to better schools, if you want to be closer to communities that you love. All those features can factor into how much you're willing to pay for a property. And lastly, we have this 2,500 square foot home going for almost $800,000 in East Nashville. But this one is a little bit closer to city center. Brick is really huge in Nashville. Upon walking into the living area, I mean, this foyer is all wrong. I don't know if the living room was staged this way or if this is how the previous homeowners lived, but obviously you're blocking the entire entrance to your home. This is where Chi comes in and you welcome it, but you've got this huge sofa that's just kind of blocking the path of all of that good energy. Not to mention the inauspicious stairwell that is like right in front of the front door. You'll know from my previous feng shui videos that the minute Chi comes in, it's going to rush upstairs, rush downstairs, and it doesn't have that time to kind of permeate the ground level. So of course, for me, I never look for properties with this type of design, but I also know how common it is in brand new builds or a lot of the newer homes. So if you're looking for ways to combat this condition, if you have a front door that opens right into a stairwell, definitely check out my video on feng shui cures for common home issues. Again, walking into the formal living room, you'll see another huge design mistake. It is the TV above the fireplace. You'll know that ergonomically that angle is just all wrong. You're gonna strain your neck, you're gonna have to look up, and this sofa is placed so far away from it. I'm pretty sure that's what they're trying to balance, but it's just not a good look. Everything just feels really crowded and it's not a good use of space. Instead, you can create a smaller little seating area, maybe even an accent chair, a lounge chair in this bay window for you to look outside and enjoy the view. I love the kitchen, even though it's not the exact finishes I would choose for myself. It's light, it's bright, it's airy. The cabinets are in really great shape. The appliances look brand new, so not a whole lot to invest in unless you don't love the look of this kitchen. I love that there's already two pendants over the island. It's sized proportionally to the island, which means if you swap it out, you simply could replace it with two new light fixtures that are kind of within that size. The kitchen is huge. It's this large rectangular space with different zones. So I love that there's a zone that kind of looks into that formal living room. And I also love that there's kind of another area where maybe you could do a little bit more of your prep work. Right off the kitchen, you've got this huge family room, which I love. It's spacious, it's bright, it's light, it's airy. It's got two ceiling fans, which are perfect for hot, humid weather. It has recessed ceiling lights to add a little bit more light into the space. Of course, the style may not suit your own aesthetic, but that could easily be changed. But the layout is all right. I love how they've broken this up into two different zones. You've got a little cafe style eating area. So of course, if you want snacks, you don't have to eat over the rug. You've got this great huge sectional that lines up this L-shaped corner. You can maximize the view. You can watch television. Space planning looks great in this room. We're going to go really quickly through the bedrooms just to highlight a few architectural details that could have been designed a little bit better. If you have these types of tray ceilings in your home, my number one tip is to not break it up with multiple colors. It just distracts from everything that's going on below it. Instead, think about painting the entire ceiling one color, even if there's a tray, even if there's a soffit, even if there's crown molding. That will help the ceiling to recede and also make the room look a lot larger. Of course, these leather recliners, leather sofas are just way too huge for the space. The bathrooms look like they've definitely been updated, but you know how I feel about accent tile. This space would have looked so much better if they just ran the white ceramic tile from floor to ceiling. Now you've got these like two huge horizontal bars and this contrasting niche in the middle of your beautiful, glamorous bathroom space. Definitely consider how you use accent tile, if at all. The rooms are all a really nice size. Of course, you'd be putting your own furniture in it and probably be updating all of those window treatments. Again, here's more accent tile in every single one of the bathrooms. Don't be afraid to change up the look and style going from bathroom to bathroom. You don't have to use the same faucets. You don't have to use the same color finishes. You definitely don't have to use the same accent tile and run that same bar across all of the walls. Think about injecting a distinct look and style into each and every room in your home. I am really loving how Nashville has all of these great bonus spaces. It's like adding more real estate to your living area. This attic space seems like the perfect bedroom for a teenager. I mean, you could create a sleeping zone on one side, a study zone on the next. Love the yard. I mean, there's so much space. I can absolutely see myself entertaining here. You've got this covered veranda, which is perfect for an eating area, a barbecue, even like a game table. I mean, there's so much that I could do to this backyard. So to me, that's what's appealing about having a little bit more square footage. That's it for today's video. What did you think of the homes in Nashville? Is Nashville a city that you would ever consider moving to? You definitely get more bang for your buck than here in Orange County. I mean, that last home, $800,000 for 2,500 square feet. I would easily be paying over $1 million for a total fixer-upper for that amount of land and size. I hope you got some really great tips from today's video. If you're loving this house hunting series, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know what city should I hit up next. Share this video and this series with anyone you know who's looking to buy new property or simply looking to make some updates on their own home. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that little notification bell to be notified of new videos that we roll out every Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I'll see you all next week.